Greetings and salutations, everyone, and welcome back to Rimworld, episode 10. Finally got to double digits, and that's pretty cool. So, let's get into it. The plan for this episode is a bit different, actually, from what I've been saying the last couple episodes, as we now have the majority of our base up here fully constructed. So the primary plan is we are going to be focusing almost entirely on trying to do research. Now that we have reliable food coming in, really good food storage, as you can see here and over here. So we have food, we have the space, so we're going to predominantly start trying to focus on getting research so that we can start finally, after 10 episodes, start doing some advancing. Now I can't help but notice that the burn pit is not being run currently, which is unacceptable. It must be run at all times. We have so much fecal sludge that we need to burn through, and I would rather not kick it out, as I'm pretty sure that can result in diseases, and we would like to avoid that. Okay, don't care about that quest expiring. Let's see, are there any other animals on the map that I would like to tame? There are not. Although I suppose merklings could potentially be useful. Same with petrified raptors. The problem is that those are carnivores and can only eat meat. Now, while we do have natural meat production, it's not the best, and I would rather use that for ourselves. Alright, so let's check up on everyone. Let's see, why are you so low mood? Right, okay, so just a lot of problems in general. Enbon is working on that. What's Calhoun doing? Calhoun is converting. Excellent. I'm glad we finally figured out the problem with the prisoners, because that was really annoying me, not knowing why my prisoners were not being fed or converted. But now we fixed the problem. There's a bunch more ambrosia for us. So, in terms of research, I actually think once we're done with this, initially I was going to go for probably like food condiments or something, but I'm thinking, let's see, where is it? I was thinking about potentially doing, here it is, beer brewing, which will lead later on to us being able to do liquor brewing, which I believe, if we just do this and go to liquor brewing, this is the one that allows us to make the ambrosia liquid, which we can then sell. It does require gold, but we do have gold. But that is a medieval technology, so we will need to advance to medieval. Oh. Well, looks like I know what needs to be dug out next. So, now that these two are lovers, they're going to want to share a bed. Now, they won't be able to do that in the barracks room for obvious space reasons. So, we will need to make another area for them, which I was already planning on expanding up this way. So let's just assume that we do a freezer expansion here. So we can put a little bedroom, say right here, like so. And then we also have a little bit of space to expand the kitchen if we want to later on. Not a lot of space to expand the kitchen, but eventually we are going to need more chefs if we start getting too many colonists. So now that we have this, we will now set this up to be mined by Storch, which is very important. He is a great recruit. Honestly, I am so happy that we got all those additional colonists, because, like I said when we got them, we're finally able to actually start doing stuff now. Alright, so who all do we actually have assigned to do research? So Apple is the only one set to do research all the time. But Apple's also the one in charge of the Dryad, so they're going to be busy most of the time. So we'll set Storch to... So we'll set these three up to do it in this order. we are going to have 3 research benches, so that should be good enough. So I'm thinking I might need to move the prisoner barracks, as I realized we don't have a dedicated crafting workshop, which right now isn't really a problem because we don't have any sort of crafting stuff. I mean, we have a couple, but not nearly enough. But we could move the prisoners and turn this whole area here into a massive workshop. Problem is, I don't know where to move the prisoners. Likely, it would be most ideal to move them maybe over here. But this is something I would like to do something with later. And I suppose I could move them up here. Potentially. So there's not a whole lot of expansion we can do in this area here, unless we made it one room, which wouldn't be very useful. And again, we have to ensure that we have plans for emergency escape routes, just in case. I have lost many colonies that have been mountain bases due to not having proper escape exits. It is very dangerous. We could turn this into an indoor growing area later, I suppose. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. But I do know that I plan to have a door going here into... Well, actually, I suppose if I moved this up to there, it could follow the wall. Although I suppose I can have the wall moved later on so that the doorway goes here. So now we have lots of wood just kind of floating around that needs to be hauled in. Oh. Storch is married to Ermonica, but Ermonica I do not believe is in the colony. Let's see. Yeah. So that's another double bedroom we're gonna need to construct, which we can put here. It's a bit awkward the way I'm doing this, but I'm just trying to make the most out of the space we have. Yeah, having the people who are in relationships share rooms will help with our mood quite a lot. And considering how depressed everyone is constantly becoming, it's very important for us to keep everyone as happy as possible. And now we're giving the prisoners actual beds so they won't freeze to death. Now, is there... Okay, so the reason we aren't constructing that is likely because this is in the way. So we are going to quickly move this. Like so. Okay. So we're going to need to deconstruct that in order to construct this wall. There we go. And now we construct a new wall here. And we reinstall this. Oh, well, we would, but there's a chunk in the way. There we go. Okay, now we reinstall that there. There we go. We definitely have a very sizable amount of steel in reserve now. Not sure what I'm going to use it for, but we have it. And that's what's important. I am noticing that there are some fires being spread. And I would rather that they didn't. I like having my map not totally burned. So, we're going to assign everyone to fire prevention duty. Or at least everyone who can do it. Try to convert Latch. So long as you aren't trying to convert Calhoun, we're fine. Calhoun needs to remain. Oh, Blood Moon. The Blood Moon, though, shouldn't have any effect against us as we don't have any sanguiphages in our colony. Alright, look at that. The fire is already starting to fizzle itself out while also being put out. I don't feel comfortable with you just collapsing next to the fire. Thank you very much. Now, we don't have a fire break installed around our big crop field of hay grass yet. That is something we're going to need to do. But this was more of just a temporary measure to get it planted before winter. I will most likely be moving it to a more optimal location at a later date. We do have a very nice amount of heal root. It's not the most that we could have, but it's enough. You know, I suppose we could turn this old structure into the prison. All you would really have to do is switch where the door is and take out this wall. And then we could just turn this into the prison. It would be out in the open, though, which is less than ideal. But it would free up all this space to be turned into a workshop. Another quest failed, but not an important one. Alright, so Myers is in very low mood. Not necessarily because there's any big negatives, it's just that there's not a lot of positives. That seems to be the biggest problem, is there's not a lot of positives in the colony. Which is an understandable problem. Now that we figured out why our prisoners aren't actually getting fed properly, we can actually just start feeding them manually. And the hospital is almost done with its fur beds. Same with the prison. Poor Ariel's stuck sleeping on the ground. Let's just delete that sleeping spot so that they sleep in the nice new bed. Storch is making good progress. And so we shall now go to furniture, double bed, plain leather, right? What are we building out of? Well, we were building out of plain leather, but we are out of plain leather, evidently. Interesting. We do have, however, a lot of thick, heavy fur, which we can use instead. So that'll work. Don't forget a door, as well as we're going to install proper walls. Actually, because this is the sandstone section, I would like to keep it sandstone. That way, you know, we have the slate section, and then the sandstone section. How much sandstone do we have? Sandstone is the stronger wall. Not by a whole lot, as you can see. 390 slate versus 420 sandstone. So I guess it doesn't really matter. It's more just a matter of aesthetics, considering that the surrounding stone is sandstone. So it's not like the biggest deal, but, you know, it's just a matter of want. Calhoun is once again back in there trying to convert these guys. How close are we to converting? Ooh. Backham Ghana is getting very close to being converted. That's good. And then we actually have to go through the effort of recruiting them. Yeah, they're good at crafting. They're not like the best in skills, but they got a pretty widespread, very few passions. But I can make it work. Although, we do kind of want slaves in order to keep our moods up. This one's definitely getting recruited, as that high intelligence and high plants will be very useful. However, they are making much less progress. And once we get 3 people following that ideology, we'll be able to start doing their rituals and whatnot, and assigning their roles. Which will be very beneficial, as that will give us access to a whole host of new stuff. Oh, right into my crops. Are you kidding me? Okay. Yep. Okay. So, we're going to deal with this immediately. I don't feel like just having that sit there. So you have a gun, and you have guns. So we're going to just take up a defensive stance right here. Myers has a bit of psi focus, but not nearly as much as I would like. Huh. Well, not sure we can beat that. So here's the plan. We are going to lock everyone indoors for their own safety, including these two, who are going to immediately book it inside. While Npon will sit out here and try to deal with this. And this is why we have our food reserve stored inside. Alright, keep falling back. Hey, Myers, or not Myers, Nbon, how about you focus on the bug directly in front of you? Like that one. Yeah, that one. No, you're just gonna... Okay. Dude, why do they never focus on the one that's directly in front of them? I swear, colonists are just so stupid. Okay, gonna have you guys come out now. Can you at least try to defend yourself with a fireball? No? Okay. Oh, sounds like my skip hound's getting annihilated. Okay, just keep moving. Oh, they're attacking my ambrosia babies. No. Oh, they're gonna attack my muffalo too, aren't they? Okay, Myers, rescue Nbon. Go pick that up, quick. Can you grab it before they get there? There we go. Barely. Okay, you are going to need to try to circle around. Again, they seem to just have an uncanny ability to refuse to shoot the guy directly in front of them for some reason. Okay, who is good medic? Myers is the best medic. Okay, Apple's the next best medic. Gonna have them start sneaking their way out. Okay, so you guys are gonna run there, there, and then there. Luring them away. No, 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 no. Go back indoors. Go back indoors. Go back indoors. Yep, that's fine. Okay. Keep falling back. We need to wait for just the right moment to have Apple run out and grab Nbon. I think right now is probably the best chance we got. Okay. This is a lot of micro. But this is about par for the course for episode 10. So, okay, Apple's making it. Come on, grab him, grab him. Okay. I need you guys to start circling back. Let's have Kaida come over here, open the door. Okay. And now we fall back in. And we forbid the door. Rescue. Okay, he might just make it. No, don't stand your ground. Do not stand your ground. You will not survive if you stand your ground. Okay, this is fine, though. I can handle this. Bugs may be durable, but they are very slow. And it looks like we got to end Bond just in time. He's about to die of blood loss, but we should be able to get him to recover. So we're going to hold our ground here for a second. Get some accuracy bonuses, hopefully. We might need to send Myers in, actually. He's about to have a mental breakdown. So let's have him loop up around to here. While we take manual control over Calhoun. Yeah, then we have to go around and kill all these larvae, but they aren't going to be immediately hostile to us, which is fine. That queen is getting a bit close for my liking. Let's see. Are any of these guys about to bleed to death? No, no, no. What about you? You're the slowest. No. Okay. So, yeah, we're just going to have to keep slowly whittling away at them. It seems. And looks like Enbon is going to make a full recovery. Apple is doing great. And we have Myers going around. Okay. See this? See this? We're slowing them down. Very slowly killing them. That dog, though, is going to die, unfortunately. We're not going to be able to save it. Which is a shame, but it's fine. It's whatever. Okay, I think you can actually just go in through the front door now. We have a lot of really big guys to kill, and all we have is an AK-47. But it looks like we have the cave crawler assisting us. So that's good. Why are they attacking the toilet? Of all the things to attack, they attack the toilet. Yeah, insectoids are rather durable, so this is going to be a long fight. This is another reason why I've been thinking about moving the prisoners somewhere else. Although I suppose, actually, I can just connect, like right here, throw up a door here, and then we can just go in and out to the prisoners. That'll work, I think. Yeah, this is gonna take a while. Death, skip pound 1. Yep. Actually, we have the machine gun. We could equip it. I think it does a bit more damage. Let's see. Armor penetration 15 on the service rifle. Armor penetration 50 on the heavy machine gun. There we go. Now we can start doing some real damage. Okay, and we're immediately... Oh, right, Calhoun is occupied. Who else can do construction? Calhoun, okay. In that case, we'll temporarily put Storch on construction, get him to build that door. It's a door, it's not too upsetting if he fails it. There we go. Okay. Now, no more construction for him. How about you finish mining out that sandstone? Okay, now we're making progress. Still not gonna bleed to death yet, but they're getting there. Yeah, he's not nearly as good of a shot as Enbon is, but... Well, Enbon's incapacitated for... How did you guys get outside? Myers. No, Myers. Go indoors. How are you? That door's locked! You're gonna die, Myers, because you decided to try to run outdoors for some reason. I don't even know how you did that. Oh, and you dropped the medicine there. Yeah, so now we can't even close the door. Congratulations, you've doomed everyone. Okay. Yeah, thanks for that. Okay, gonna send Latch up here. Apple's doing research. Yay. Storch, how are you running outdoors? They shouldn't be able to do this. The doors are forbidden. Oh, wow, this one actually seems to have, be bleeding to death. Interesting. Oh, right, I gotta keep an eye on Calhoun. I don't want him getting overrun. What's that thing? Similar Dawn. Ah, another one neutralized. Okay, yeah, start, like, circling back up and around. Ah, I swear, some people are just so dumb. Sorry about getting so loud there, everyone. I've dealt with these problems before in Rimworld, and every time it gets more and more annoying. Alright, come on. We're gonna start actually pushing them now. Come on, it's almost down. Okay, that one's gonna start bleeding to death now. Go back on the circular run. And it looks like the queen was actually killed by the corpse-eating guy. I always forget the name of. No, gotta go. Is this one gonna bleed to death? No. Okay, yeah, no, you gotta go hunt it down. Can't just let it wander free. And that one's downed. Bleed out in a couple hours. And they're all down. Okay. And now we begin to start clearing out the main living area. Actually, I think all the little guys have been exterminated already for us. We got one left, and then we actually have to break that. Yeah, it's a shame the Skip Hound died. I really like those little guys. Now you are almost completely unharmed. There we go. Oh, hold on, I'll be right back. This is like the last one. They're all bleeding to death in a couple of hours. And I doubt any of the ones that are on the ground are going to stand back up. There we go. And now, finish off. Okay. All doors can now be unforbidden. And people can finally get back to work. That is the biggest threat we've dealt with so far, dealt with. I keep hearing the splatting noises, which is generally... Ah, yep, there it is. Little baby spiders. And it doesn't show up here. Myers, you got your shotgun re-equipped? Come over here. We gotta deal with the child. There we go. Child dealt with. Now, we could butcher the insects for their meat and eat them. However, people don't like eating insect meat. So it would really just sit in our fridge until it rots. Or in our storeroom until it rots. It's not really a fridge yet. It kind of lacks the freezing aspect most times of the year. Overall, everything... Another one? We just got done... Okay. So, see, I don't think we actually have to deal with these. We can just leave them. So the reason that this is happening is because of how high our colony wealth is and the fact that we're only a Neolithic nation, which means, due to one of my mods, we can't actually be attacked by anything other than insects and manhunters. And occasionally one of the other small Neolithic nations, but those guys don't really attack us, ever. There we go. So, what that means is that we're going to be getting a lot of infested ship chunk crashes until we can advance. Well, luckily, we are advancing. thanks to us finally being able to do research. Now, all these insects are going to be useful in the case of winter. We can just leave these chunks out, and then if we ever need food, we can just pop them open, do the little runabout game that we did just before, and just get a bunch of free meat that people will be severely depressed to eat. But they'll be eating and not starving, so shouldn't really complain. Honestly, it might prove beneficial to put all these slate and steel on the outside of our base in a separate stockpile as to free up space for the stuff that actually needs to be stored. I think we'll do that. Maybe not there. How about right up here? Since I already planned to put a door here. So clear this, and we will say, allow steel, allow blocks of all kinds, and that should help free up our storage a bit more. We'll set storage priority to critical, give all of our steel that we have lying around all urgent, all urgent, all urgent, and that will free up the majority of our storage that we have. Also set this one to preferred. That way we start storing stuff here over this one. Well, I'll be leaving this episode here, everyone. I hope you enjoyed. I was hoping something interesting would happen for episode 10. Was not expecting it to be insects falling from space. But that is what happened, and it was rather interesting. So I hope that helped break up the monotony of the past couple episodes. But I will be ending it here, so I will see you all in the next one.